everybody. How are y'all doing today? I hope everyone is doing well, so welcome. Come on in, get comfy, make yourself at home. My name is Marcia with Mimi Makes Keepsakes. I'm happy that you're here. So if you're new here, so welcome. Come on in. Everyone is welcome here. If you're a returning viewer, welcome as always. And the ones that have been with me since the beginning of this YouTube journey, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I appreciate you being here. So coming on this summer, I think it'll be 2 years since I've started this YouTube journey. That is so wild. So wild. I can't believe that I even did this. I've also made great friends during this YouTube journey. This yarning community is the best. And I so enjoy corresponding back and forth with you. Okay, so back to back to what I need to talk to you about. So today is Saturday, and I'm feeling a little scattered today. So I'm really going to have to reel it in and try and stay focused. Maybe I need more coffee. Hello, hey y'all. It is Tuesday. I just want to get on right quick. Had work at the bakery, but I wanted to show you some things right quick that I have made and a thrifting find. And so, as I mentioned before, I tried to make something out of each of one of my amigurumi books, the ones I got for Christmas. And so my next project I made out of this wonderful world of amigurumi. I know I spoke to you before about making this ostrich. I still want to make the ostrich, but I did not make the ostrich because I'm looking and I'd like to try and order the yarn that it calls for. And then I got online and some of the yarn they didn't have. So I'm going to have to rethink what yarn I may use. But I wanted to make this sweet little thing. Can you see? I hope it's focusing. So I still want to make it, and I wanted to make something out of this book. It's Wonderful World of Amigurumi by Crochet. I love Crochet as an artist. If you're starting out doing amigurumi and you want to get a book, I would recommend any of Crochet's books. You'll always learn something, and things are fairly simple, but I like the details that she adds to her designs. So I made the little mushroom. Can y'all see? So I finished it up. Let me grab it. Finished it up last night. Took her out this morning and did some photos with her. Look how precious. This was so much fun to make. And I also enjoyed the embroidery and the hair and the eyebrows. And I really enjoyed doing the flowers. I was kind of dreading the flowers, but I really enjoyed it. I did not use a pattern for the flowers. I just did 4 in a magic circle, and then I did 8, and then I did 4 increases, so it gave me 8. I did 6 in the magic circle, and I did increases, and that gave me 12. Sewed it on, and then I just embroidered the stem and the leaves. I enjoyed making this so much better than I did the mushroom guy. So yeah, I love her. I think she is adorable. Very easy make. Crochet is a great artist. If you want to do amigurumi, looking for an amigurumi book, I'd recommend Crochet. She has different levels from beginner to intermediate. So yeah, I also did a test pattern for Theodore and Rose. I mentioned before, you've heard me talk about her website, Alana's website. She has such great classic patterns. And this one I got to show you. If you follow me on my Instagram, I post things real time on my Instagram. So this is Mushy Mushy and Doug. And I actually have it sitting on my shelf like this in my basket. And let me take him out of the basket. So this is on her Etsy, my little Mushy and Doug. And he's made with Premier Basics worsted weight. I really like that yarn. I bought a box of it. I picked one out in every color that I like. And so I use, Premier Basics worsted. So this is Mushy and his little friend Doug the bug. How cute. Now with my pattern, I was doing this to try and get my stitches smaller. So I think I did yarn over and then yarn under. And I think with that, my counts ended up with the heads turned a little bit, where my middle was not quite in the middle. But I think it's okay. It looks like he's got his little head turned. I think maybe if I was to do it again and try not to crochet so tight, he would come out just fine. But I don't mind. I think I like it with his little head turned. And I love the way she designed the mushroom top. It looks like he's got this cool looking hairdo going on. So I use Premier Basics worsted weight number 4, a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, and on the little mushroom from Crochet, I used a mix of Yarn Art jeans and Sheepy's Katona. These are Sheepy's Katona. Everything else, I believe, is Yarn Art jeans, 2.25 millimeter crochet hook. And I really like both of those yarns and that size hook. It works out really well for me. And I just did my typical yarn under, I think. I don't know, y'all. I get it so confused. I'm sorry. All right. And then also I wanted to show you a quick thrifting find that I found today. I keep going by the thrift store hoping I will find some vintage cross stitch books. I also finished a cross stitch I'm going to share with y'all later, but I got to figure out how I'm going to get it framed. Sorry for the rattle, but I found this Corn and Ware teapot. Isn't that adorable? So, and I will post some footage here of me looking it up on the, me looking it up on the Google. Alright, I'm going to take y'all with me to go and let's pick some flowers. Everything is blooming. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. So we gotta look at this. This is, let's see. I don't know if you can see the little white blooms. Those look like dewberries that have sprouted out. I've never seen that before. So these will eventually be some yummy berries. Yum. This is the beautiful azalea bush. Here's some blooms already blooming out for berries. Can y'all see? Wow, the berries have really sprouted out this year. I don't think I'm going to clip from this one. I'm going to go to the next one. So come and go with me. We have some like the fuchsia colored azaleas, and then we have some that are a lighter pink. And then I just want to show you these little flowers here. Can you see? Those have always been my favorite. It's like, you know, it's spring when you see those pop up from the ground. And then we have these. I don't know what they are, but I love them, the little purple flowers. And we also have flower that looks like clover that flowers out like this. And you see, and I used to tell my granddaughter those were fairy flowers. I think she still believes me. Is that wrong? Is that wrong? I don't know. It's magical to be young. So, wow. These have just bloomed out amazingly gorgeous. These are a brighter pink, and then we have the lighter pink. Okay, I think I'm going to do some clippings from this one, because I would say there's plenty for me and the bees and the hummingbirds. I did see some hummingbirds on these plants yesterday afternoon. So when I get these back in, I will put them in a mason jar. Just a simple, plain, clear mason jar. I think will look great. Beautiful, bright flowers. So you probably seen some videos from this week, and I look forward to sharing some more stuff with you as I complete projects. But there's some things I have working in the background right now. I did stay in a little bit this morning. Didn't sleep in, but I stayed in, just enjoying the nice, comfy bed, the windows open, and crocheting. And it's like, okay, at some point I need to get out of bed. But I did finish a rabbit lovey, and I'll share that with you in another video. I think I'm going to make some more loveys for my market. Loveys seem to do pretty good for me, and plus I like them. I love making loveys. So I'll do another video. I love my loveys, but I do have one from maybe a couple years ago, and I'll leave that link down below in case you're interested. But I showed you a project that I finished out of one of my amigurumi books that I got for Christmas. So I also pulled this one off the stack that I have here in my craft room. Y'all, I did organize my craft room for a little bit. I got my bed cleaned off. It's made up. It looks good over there. But next to the bed, next to the closet, I got to get in the closet so I can put stuff in the closet, is a pile of project bags with like blanket yarn. It's a mess. But the bed looks good and everything else looks okay. I was able to clean out my craft cart, got me a chair to sit in, and kind of organize this mess back here a little bit. I don't know if you can see the little cat flower pot I got at the dollar store, put my scissors in. I'm getting sidetracked. So, oh yeah, this book. So this was sitting on top of the stack for my next book I'm going to work out of. But I really want to work out of one of Jan Schenkel's books, Animal Friends of Pickin. I'm really wanting to do one of her little projects. Well, they're not little. Well, they're a medium-sized project. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, stay focused, Marsha. Stay focused. So this Zumigurumi, Endangered Animals, was on top of my stack. I've done told y'all that like 3 times. So I think my next project will be out of this book. And one of my sweet families got me this book for Christmas, and I want to do this little fella right here. Kind of reminds me of Kermit the Frog. What's that song about being green? I don't know. Rainbow Connection. Maybe I have I don't know. Nestor the Leaf Nesting Shrub Frog by Critter Stitch. And I believe Critter Stitch was the one that designed the little mushroom boy that I had the love-hate relationship with. He's adorable, don't get me wrong. He's easy to make. It was just single stitch around and around and around and around. I have a video on that too, and I'm sure you've already seen it. If not, it's in my list of videos somewhere. But I want to do this Nestor the Leaf Nesting Shrub Frog by Critter Stitch. And what I like about this book is there's a little QR code down there you can scan or take a picture of it with your phone, and it'll open up to the Amigurumi gallery, and you can see other amigurumi projects that people have made. Y'all, my words. I gotta stay focused. I can tell it's getting later in the day, and I need to stay focused because I have a lot to talk to y'all about today. I have a lot to talk to y'all about today, to share with y'all today. Not much more, but a little bit more. Anyway, I want to make this Nestor the Leaf Nesting Shrub Frog. He's a cutie. So stay tuned. I may do this, or I may just end up doing another Animal Friends of Pickin animal. But in the meantime, before I get to that, I have something working in the background that includes this little book box by Poppy's Workshop. He brought this up and he showed it to me. And I'm like, I need this. I have a project, and it's like, I need it. I have a project I want to make for this box. It opens up. So this little box will be a project with a certain little bear in a certain little box. And it reminds me of a book. So I'm going to get back in touch with you because I want something for him to laser me something on the front. I'm not sure yet. I just have to see how the project goes. See if something comes to me. If not, I'll say, hey, y'all. I need some ideas of what to burn laser on this box. So it's like a book box, and I'm working on a little project to go in this box. And yeah, so stay tuned. Isn't that cool? Ooh, I can smell the burnt wood. Anyway, so stay tuned. And it just latches. You could also put like a pretty little charm. Which way does it go? This way. Do a little charm right here. I don't know. So once I finish this, it will probably be offered. I'll probably put it on our website, R&M Southern. I'm going to start putting stuff on our website to sell. More of my worsted weight projects, and I'll share that with you in a minute. So yeah, let me go ahead and share that with you. So I think y'all seen little Hootie the Owl. I think I'm going to put him on my Shopify website, R&M Southern. I took him to market. I don't like taking my worsted weight stuff to market because I feel like they get tousled about and they get that worn out look, and I don't want him to look worn out. I think he looks cute. He's been sitting on my fireplace mantle here at the house, just hanging out, watching all the goings on. And I think I'm going to put him in my Shopify shop. So I will leave that link down below as I start adding things to my shop if you are interested in anything that I have made. If I don't decide to keep it for myself because I love him. He's so cute. So yeah, Hootie will make his first debut. No, Hootie will be the first introduction to my Shopify website. Well, it's R&M Southern. It's a website for Poppy's Workshop and Mimi Makes Keepsakes. So stay tuned and look out for Hootie. Also, speaking of Poppy's Workshop and Mimi Makes Keepsakes, I've been working on some cross-stitch projects. I know you probably say, Marcia, we don't care. Well, I've enjoyed it, and I just want to share with you things that I make. Get back into cross-stitching, and I just want to share that with you also. Did y'all know there's a whole universe out there called FlossTube, and it's all about cross-stitching? I did not know that. I just thought it was something that we did in the 90s. I didn't know anybody was still doing a lot of cross-stitching, but there is a whole other universe called FlossTube. And I'm not sure if I'm going to start a FlossTube channel just yet because I feel like I'm a newbie all over again. But I've been watching you FlossTubers. Thank you for educating me on all the new amazing things that are out there. And I'm learning so much. And one day I'm going to group it up in a video and maybe call it a FlossTube video. But my first completed project was this sweet little bunny. And I got the pattern from Etsy. It was an easy pattern to make. Great for a beginner pattern that doesn't look like a beginner pattern, I think. It's just really adorable. And I don't have my iPad in front of me, so I can't tell you the Aida that I used or the floss that I used. I used the Call for Floss, or I can't even tell you the name of the pattern designer from Etsy, but guess what? I'm going to leave all of that information in the description box down below. So I think there's a little ... that says more underneath this video. You click more and ta-da! You should have a list of things of reference that I share with you. Now, I did start a sheet on Canva and it's live. When I update it, everything should update it's live. So as I update it, you will see it in real time that it's been updated. So I may start another one with my cross stitch and keep it separate than my amigurumi, my plushies. Because I know not everybody's interested in cross stitch, but I have so enjoyed it. It just settles the mind in a different way than amigurumi and crochet. It's so relaxed, and you pull in that thread in and out, and then before you know it, you have a design. Counting is important. Counting matters. And then by the same designer, I completed the rooster. I did this in a variegated yarn, and I'll leave the information on what I used for my Aida. I got a bunch of stuff from Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and I think this was one that I got from Hobby Lobby. So now let me tell you something really cool about this. I went to, let me see the back. Ta-da! Poppy's Workshop, y'all. I was figuring out how to frame my cross stitch, and I love the hoop. I love the natural color hoop. I just hot glued a bow and some jute or some twine on the back to hang it up, but you can still see the back. Let me show y'all. This is what my back looked like. The rooster doesn't even look like this. The rooster I just cut and I hot glued. And this is hot glued too. I put a little bit of hot glue on my hoop and tacked my ends down. And I know you can go in like with a cardboard and glue a cardboard to it, and just didn't want to do that. It would look tacky. Well, not tacky. The way I would do it would probably look tacky. So Poppy, like, I got an answer for that. I'm like, look, can you make me something like this? He's like, yes. And it just pops in. He's like, what's the size of your hook? I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. I need to do better notes. I don't do notes. I don't do lists. Anyway, off camera, I'm going to just pop it in because it just clicks right on in. And I think it looks great. It gives you an easier way to hang it if you didn't want to hang it from the loop. Yep, click. Y'all hear that click? It just clicked right on in. Just like that. And then it has made by Mimi Makes Keepsakes. Or I can put my name, made by Marsha. I don't know. I like it. I think it's adorable. And I got a loose thread somewhere. I've enjoyed doing cross stitching. I'm working on another project too. It came out of a magazine. And when I finish that, I'll share it with you also. So 2 finished makes that are not crochet or amigurumi, but it's cross stitch. And I've enjoyed doing cross stitch. I don't think it's something that you can sell or market, but it's something that I've enjoyed working with my hands and seeing it come together. This rooster, I ain't gonna lie, I got off count over here somewhere and I was playing catch up, like trying to get it to work out. I don't think you can tell, but it was off. I started this when I was watching a movie called Fly Me to the Moon, which was a cute movie, a cute NASA movie. And it was, if you ever took accounting in school, and it's like one day I missed a day and I missed steps, and it's like, I'm trying to catch up. That's the way it was with this rooster. I missed a couple of steps, and it was like, or I miscounted and got off, and I'm constantly trying to correct myself. I could have went back and tried to correct my error from the beginning, but that's not me. I just go with it. You add an extra stitch here, you take a stitch away there. I am rambling, y'all. I think that is all I have to share with you today, and hopefully I can get all of this put together in one video and share with y'all. It is Saturday. If I have anything to share with you Sunday, I will video Sunday. And be patient with me as I try out a new mic and new lights. And why am I doing that? I don't know. You probably say, girl, it's been just fine the way that it was. But I like trying new things. I like experimenting with new things, and we'll see how it goes. And y'all have a great rest of your week if I don't talk to you later. Y'all have a great day, night, whenever you may be seeing this, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.